Big Boar Barbecue presents 7Rivers Racing on KQEG-TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Riker. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning.
Welcome in, race fans. 7Rivers Racing, KQEG TV, 16 days away from Oktoberfest Racing. That is, of course, when this show starts on Thursday and throughout the weekend. We're getting that much closer. Tune in to the radio show this week, the Midwest Race Report on Bar Country 101.3, AM 1460 and 1490 The Eagle. We're going to be talking a lot more in-depth about what's coming up for this year's Oktoberfest. I'm the voice, Dan Diker, along with me, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul Penguin. What are you hiding behind your computer there?
My drink.
He's got a smoothie.
Actually, I wanted lemonade.
You notice he didn't share.
That doesn't look too lemony.
I had to bring in my blank labeled red drink, since I'm fighting off a cough and a chest thing, trying to get it out of the way
Notice how
before
professional
fest.
I am. My drink is off screen.
Oh, water. And I forgot my glasses again today, so I thought about wearing the prescription sunglasses, but I don't want people thinking I'm getting too big of a head.
You're
because
big
I'm on
time on
TV.
us.
I can read.
I'll be playing that song in the future, so I'm probably going to wear shades.
That's Corey Hart. I can see, no, that's sunglasses at night.
Yeah.
I can see better, but I'm not going to wear those because they just kind of look silly. What a weekend we had at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. I say this every time, we either have a Smash-O-Rama or a mini trailer race or a boat race. That's one of the largest crowds during the regular season we've ever seen. This one here by far, Paul Reichert, I think, was probably one of the largest regular season races we've had.
Yes, definitely one of the largest crowds and definitely one of the best Nights of Destruction we've had in quite some time.
Yes.
Did people listen to us?
Yeah, Chuck had told us during our Oktoberfest race officials meeting last week that he didn't give us a number, but there were a ton of people that did the advanced ticket thing. And they did it a couple weeks ago. Then they also did it for Saturday night's Night of Destruction. So a lot of people are starting to pay attention. That's going to be a good nugget to use next year, that little tab on the La Crosse Speedway website where you can get advanced tickets. Because you can get advanced tickets not just week by week, but you can get them for every single race during the regular season.
You know, that weekly spot I do on a local radio station, they were asking if there was a promo code. And I said, as far as I know, no, there isn't. Nope. You just buy the tickets straight up. So.
And then you go to the box office, you go like this, they zap this, you go right in.
Yeah, it's so easy. And obviously it worked well. So.
Sponsors of today's program are
Big Boar Barbecue, once again voted #1 of La Crosse for both barbecue and catering 7 years straight. If you're watching this show on YouTube right now, you know you're going to want to visit this during Oktoberfest. It's definitely a bucket list item. They're going to take care of us during our TV show. We're going to be doing taping at Oktoberfest. They're going to be helping us out there. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, yes, folks, even though it's warm right now, it is going to get cold. I guarantee you it's going to get cold. Hopefully not for another 4 weeks, but it is going to get cold. Get that heat, get that furnace checked out before it's too late. Fansarena.com giving us our really cool duds that we get to wear, and you don't notice this right now, but I blew a button down here. Got to fix that up before the next show. And Epic Media and Vinyl giving us this groovy sign that we got right here. Thank you all for being advertising partners in the 2021 season.
Well, we're going to get you right into the 30th Annual Night of Destruction. Segment 2, we're going to give you the last good chunk of the trailer race of destruction because, you know, the last 7 or 8 minutes of that race were the biggest.
Oh, yes, they were.
Up into Rob Stainfield catching on fire in turn 3, which we haven't had a fire in quite some time.
A few years, I think, since Matt Moore.
And then since the 52nd Annual Oktoberfest Race Guide is now out at OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com, we're going to start flashing back to some of the best races that we've seen or had in the past years at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Segment 3 going to be the final, probably 15 laps of the 2019 Futures race with Derek Kraus, Gabe Summers. That one was exciting.
Yeah, it was, yes, especially what happened before that.
Yeah, it wasn't just them two. It was what happened before them two. So
we're going to get you ready to buy fest by throwing back some races for you on the program. So starting things off, the Hornets were back out. Kiana Barney was looking for her 5th heat race win in a row. She didn't get that. but she started on the bump for the 15-lap feature. Yes, that was a points race. There's one to go, and that is Oktoberfest. As she starts pulling, seriously pulling away from the field, here comes Mike Carlson in his brand new Honda, it was a Honda,
yes, and
his Hornet. He's ducking and bobbing and weaving past everybody, as you can probably see here, but Kiana Barney gets tangled up with a couple of cars coming into turn 2. Chris Thunderberg was one of them. Matt Miller was one of them. And she starts on the inside of row 4. Not going to work. It's going to be Mark Bornitz and Mike Carlson all the way to the end. And the number 5 of late model driver Mike Carlson wins the Hornet race. And again, Cheyenne Stanfield, considerable point lead heading into Oktoberfest, started almost dead last in this race and finished with a top 5.
Tell you, I'm looking at the points right now. The battle is basically going to be between Andy Barney and Chris Thunderberg for second place, because Cheyenne Stanfield, all she has to do is stay out of trouble and start that feature, and she should be able to go when it comes feature time at Oktoberfest. 2
steel wall crashes, one of them so hard it blew the skins off of 3 tires, Billy Doc.
Yeah, John Heber is going to be the first one to give it a run, and he does pretty good here. If you look, he gives it a hard shot in the middle of the trunk, keeps on driving after the hard impact, but John Clausen, reckless John Clausen, talking trash before his turn, telling Hebner how great he's going to do. And he does a pretty good job here, but the fans think, Hebner did a better job. Hebner is your steel wall crash winner.
That was outstanding. He knocked the skids off of all 3 of those tires. And, the other one just blew the back trunk off, but that was still pretty cool. Father and son. I knew about this about a month before it happened on Saturday night when we talk about the stuntmen for the 20th time.
Yes.
Actually, it's more than 20 times. It's been 20 years.
Yes.
Ryan Suhanek, world record holder, has been back at La Crosse, and he brought a fellow with him this time.
Yes. If you haven't seen his videos on his Facebook page, he brought out his 8-year-old son, Landrick, making one of his first public appearances, and he didn't do too bad a job. He was like his old man.
You know, one of the things he did is he buzzed, as Ryan's blowing up a bunch of smoke, his son ran through doing a wheel and was like, don't blow the tire out right there. 2 monster trucks brought Josh Baumgardner from Litchfield, Minnesota. He now owns Mechanical Mischief that used to be at La Crosse for many, 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 many years. Did a nice job with the freestyle. The new truck was Wicked Sickness by Alan Fenstermaker out of St. Louis. After the freestyle, Baumgardner gets the fan vote for the best monster truck driver. Rollover competition. And the best burnout competition I've ever seen.
Oh, well, I got the burnout contest here, and you got 4 people taken to the pad there and a burnout. In the end, it's Nick Steinhaus's 1947 Dodge Rat Rod that wins the fan vote. They all lit it up, got rid of the skeeters, but hey, you know, the Rat Rod wins it.
Somehow the Rat Rod had pink and purple smoke blowing out of his tires, and that's what was really cool. T-bone crash, Paulie.
Yes, Zach Leach gave that trailer that his brother Alex ran in the trailer race, a good punch, but the crowd wanted more. He did another bunch, and lots of parts and pieces flying over the place.
The 3 drivers that were in the Duke's car jumping contest right down the front straightaway off a ramp, Zach Leach, Dan Ostoff, and Rob Stanfield. Leach pulled out the best 3 jumps, and even on the first and second one, his hood is up like this. So how he even knew how to get over the ramp is something else. But, man, I tell you what, he took off. Dakota Miller still owns the record for the most points accumulated in the rollover competition. But I tell you what, Bill, there was someone out looking for those points.
Yeah, he was. You get a point for each side you touch during the rollover contest. If you flip it all the way back onto the tires, you're going to get a bonus point. You'll get 5. And check out Dan Ostoff on one of his 2 perfect rollovers right here. He's going to score 10 points. He's going to win the rollover contest.
Had a new jet car at the Speedway. Only the 4th time that Bonnie Arnold had driven this car. 2nd time at La Crosse, and that was impressive.
Yes, Magnitude came by and did one of those great burnouts of a car. It only took about 6-7 minutes to burn down that SUV, but man, that was an awesome show. Always is an awesome show.
25 competitors came out for the trailer race of destruction. Reckless John Clausen named his camper the Diker Love Cradle this year.
Oh!
And after 5 laps, the Love Cradle went bye-bye up in turns 1 and 2. You're going to see that part here when we show you that in segment number 2. Matthew and Wade Elliott, they win. 2 drivers, you say?
How does this work?
2 drivers. It was a limousine that was gutted out. Excuse me. The motor is centered in the middle of the gutted out limousine on a Bluebird bus transmission. radiators right there. The driver had the accelerator. The passenger had the brake.
So like a two-man cruiser.
But it was a limo on stubby golf cart tires.
Oh my God.
Wow. That or Bobcat tires. Was amazing. I'd never seen anything like that in my life. And of course, the crowd didn't either because, well, they voted to give these guys the Gargoyle Trophy. Now, what does that car look like? You're going to see that and a whole lot more of the 25 competitors next on 7Rivers Racing.
Are you tired of the typical fundraiser? Well, Big Boar Barbecue can offer you an alternative. How about a pork dinner? Pork, beans, and slaw. A complete meal. It's different, it's fast, and it's easy. And you don't pay for what you don't sell, guaranteeing you make a profit. So if your church, school, sports team, or special cause needs a fundraiser, call us today. We've helped all sorts of groups raise thousands of dollars. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
At Big Boar Barbecue.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Welcome back, race fans. 7Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. I'm the glassless voice, Dan Diker, Paul, and Doc. And tell you what, folks, if you did not get a chance to see this year's Trailer Race of Destruction last weekend at Night of Destruction, you missed a big one here. There were entries that you can even imagine were being brought out.
Yeah.
One name that we forgot, though, and I'm going to give you at the end of the segment right here. It was misspelled on the sheet we had.
Yeah.
All I knew was that this young lady was bringing a unicorn on.
Oh, I think I remember seeing that.
I was going to get it in turn 4 when I was laying there, but then here come the school bus and Tyler Mitchell smashed it, so I couldn't go get it. But sit back and watch this.
78 is now stalled in turn 2. He's going to be in harm's way. He's about to get jacked up. How about these three right here? That's dangerous. Green flag is out. Here we go. And the limousine is up and running. Bump Nation. You got some drivers that have lost their trainers already. I'm rooting for the unicorn. Rayman's got one of the smallest trainers out here. There goes a boat in the front straightaway. I won all. Here we go. Again, turn 4. Splash-a-rama. 2 boats getting totally torn up here on the front straightaway. Chaos in turn 2. Here comes Miller. Oh, that Cadillac has no trailer. He's just out the rip and roar now. Mitchell alive in the school bus. He's trying to take care of that gray camper. Oh, round and round goes the Ziegler-Larson band. 70 still has a trailer. There goes my unicorn. I want to road to hit that thing. Don't hit the unicorn. Don't do it. Thank you. And Mitchell destroys my unicorn with a school bus. Oh, big pile up here in turn 3. The 42's going to get through. Dakota Clausen can't even see. Somebody hit the 82 trailer. 42's still going a trailer. 333's got a trailer still. Clausen is smoking up good. Big collision in turns 1 and 2. Someone's camper was just annihilated. Harley Brabant's having problems in his truck. 14 to Hebner is out. There's a bullseye right there in that 82, and nobody has knocked that trailer off yet. Clausen's still alive. He's lost Dyker's love trailer in one of these turns. Wow, 608 going around. Mitchell's still alive in the school bus. 27, hey, that's Pony Boy Alex Leach getting it done. Uh-oh, watch turn 4. He's stuck on Clausen's trailer. 3 vehicles are stuck on top of each other. He's stuck in the back. He's stuck on the side. He's stuck on the trailer. The 42 gets loose. Ani Education is stuck in the back of the 82's camper. Look at that big old machine. Boom, right in the back of the school bus. Log jam on the front straightaway. Someone's got to destroy that camper. There we go. Now they're going to be set free. That camper's still by itself, but the 82 is stuck on top of Clausen's truck. And there goes the camper finally. 100% off part sale when this one's done. White flag is on. One more time to hit what you can. Clausen still dragging the 82 and his camper. All right, checkered flag is out. Big, major pile up there in turn 1, about 15 entries over there. Everybody's trying to back out there in turn 2. And a checkered flag is out. What did you think, race fans? Wow. Lincoln Continental. Whew. All right, we're going to park everybody. We're going to find a winner here in a couple of moments. Look at this yard sale right here. Wow. So Rob Stanfield, 77, is roasting marshmallows.
Wow. Matthew and Wade Elliott. Wow, that is like one of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
Yeah, that
in a trailer race.
You needed to see the inside of this thing because the motor was inside of the limo on top of a bus transmission with the radiator right there. So you go to the front of the car, there's nothing in the engine or radiator compartment but a lot of steel. This thing was chained, caged. I mean, this is like a demolition vehicle.
This was built to destroy stuff.
Yeah.
And if you know Tyler Mitchell, I'm standing up at the pit gate when it rolled in. I'm like, oh my goodness, what did Tyler bring in this time? Because he's known to make, he's had the limo for a couple of years ago. But it was the Elliots, and man, the crowd really, it was tight. It was Elliott, between the Elliots and a reckless John Clausen, who was going to win this thing. But in the end, Elliots take home the gargoyle. Christine Booth was the one that was driving the Unicorn, and it fell off about maybe 7 or 8 laps in turn 4, and I was going to run over and get it for my granddaughter, and here comes Mitchell in the school bus, and no more Unicorn. It was flattened quickly.
No. What a national tragedy.
52nd annual Oktoberfest race weekend coming up here in 16 days. And we're going to get you ready by flashing back to some really neat races. How about the 2019 Futures race where Derek Crosse won that one, but it was the excitement behind him, Billy Doc, that really brought the crowd to their feet.
Yep, Derek Crosse and Gabe Summers thrilled the fans, but it's what Luke Fenhaus and John DeAngelis Jr. did. You're going to see that race next on 7Rivers Racing.
Would you like a job making people happy? Well, I believe we can help you out. Big Boar Barbecue and Catering has openings for both full and part-time work. Days, nights, or weekends. Need to be free on weekends or need to be done by the time the kids get out of school? We can work with that. We need hard-working, energetic people who love to make people happy because our food makes everybody happy. Join the team at Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
Big Boar Barbecue.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
All right, down the backstretch they go. Pace truck is pulling off. They'll approach the green 2x2. And here comes the power. Green flag awaits. Let's go to Dan Diker and his crew.
They're going to look up and get the green.
This may be the caution that Gabe Summers is looking for, so he can get himself up there for the battle for the top spot.
What a run by Fenhaus, went to the inside of DeAngelis. He'll pass him, and at the same time, he brought Derek Crosse with him.
He sure did, and here comes Fenhaus with the lead. DeAngelis will get that second spot. Crosse there. Oh, they touch a little bit with Gabe Summers.
Everybody in the right position. If anything goes wonky up front, as they now even themselves out. Two cars separate the top four with Summers in the number 4 position. Vandergeest stuck on the outside rail.
Yeah, he was trying to get Here comes DeAngelis looking to the inside of Fenhaus with 5 laps to go this next time by. Fenhaus gets a great run off of 2, gets about 2-car length lead over DeAngelis.
You got to wonder if DeAngelis has used his tires up or not. Every time he gets into the corners, he gets a nice charge. But Fenhaus stronger down the road in the back straightaways.
It almost looks like he has to take a different line to get that run going. Here it is, same thing again. Look at that lead that Fenhaus will get as they come off of 4. He can get really close to him, but just can't do anything with it.
Derek Crosse is going to straddle that number 3 position. Gabe Summers tries to reel him in. Awfully close. Here comes Summers. He was right there to take the spot away from Crosse. Crosse smashes the accelerator off of 4.
Just 4 laps to go. If Gabe Summers has anything, he has to show it right now. You kind of wonder if DeAngelis gets that close again with a couple laps to go. We're going to see a little pump and run, a little tap or something like that. But meanwhile, here comes Fenhaus. Oh, Fenhaus gets loose.
Fenhaus backs it into the front straight wall. The wheel caution period is out early and quick as Luke Fenhaus, trying to get the win with 3 to go, is backwards.
It looks like that he came off at turn 4, got a little loose. I don't know if DeAngelis got into him or what, but that car just starts going sideways all the way down the front straightaway. Some heavy damage on the right-hand side of Fenhaus. I'll be interested to see what the call is going to be on this one.
Well, I was saying about 3 laps ago that Derek Crosse was in the right place at the right time if anything happened to the 2 front cars. Derek Crosse is in the right place at the right time. DeAngelis is still back out. Gabe Summers is up front. And Brian Sire-Keski. Now, the cone should be coming on the second to the final time. This will be an interesting restart.
Looks like I wonder if John DeAngelis was involved, saying was involved. I'm not sure if he's going to go to the rear. It looks like John DeAngelis was saying he was involved in that. It looks like he's going to fall to the tail. We're not done yet because Gabe Summers has been running some really fast laps out here, and Derek Crouse has been as well. Those two young guys could be battling out here for the last 4 laps.
They put another lap back on the scoring tower. Billy Doc Niles, they put another lap on, so we are back to 4 laps, and I kept saying Derek Crouse was just kind of sitting back there, right place at the right time as the cone comes out.
It couldn't have been the more perfect spot for Derek Crouse. It's a bad deal for Fenhouse and DeAngelis. They were putting on a great show, but you know their misfortune is now the fortunate spot for Derek Crouse. So let's see if he can make something happen with it.
Cone of confusion is on the racetrack. Where will Derek Crouse go? He knows he's got the front row. He'll go to the inside. Gabe Summers to the outside. Sire Keski will take on Nick Mergic for row number 2. Vandergeest, Carson Quabble decides to drop lower. So Oostdijk will take the inside number 3 position. Boy, talk about a change of scenery, Kevin.
Oh, boy. Like we said, Gabe Summers running fast laps. This one is far from over because now you got Nick Mergic in the play. You got Brian Sire-Kresge, who's been running in the top 5 all night. But now could Derek Crouse get 2 wins within 5 days? Remember, he won last Saturday in Meridian, Idaho, at Meridian Speedway. Won the Napa Auto Parts 208 out there. And in a great race out there what's out there, and he currently leads the K&N West point standings.
John DeAngelis Jr., his night has come to an end as he is now off.
West.
So again, the restart is going to look something like this. Derek Crouse sat back in 3rd place for a good half portion of this race. Will find himself in a dogfight with Gabe Summers. Brian Sire-Keski will take on Nick Mergic. That is row number 2. Row 3 is going to be interesting. The youngsters, Levon Vandergeest and Justin Mondijk right behind them. And Carson Quapple has worked his way up now. He'll be on the inside of row number 4.
And let's not forget Michael Asik, who's been running real fast too and worked his way up through that spot, through the field as well to get to that spot.
He just you had a sense Fenhouse and DeAngelis were not going to end that thing without at least a smiley.
Yep, exactly. And, and John DeAngelis, he's got nothing else to gain. Put the car up, save it for tomorrow night's Trickle 99. Here we go.
Green flag is out. Derek Crouse and Gabe Summers. Crouse has been the fast car over the past half of this race. Derek Crouse, the 10th fastest car. Crouse will take the lead. Heading into the corners, we're going to show 3 on the board.
3 laps to go. Derek Crouse in lead, but here comes Gabe Summers. Gabe Summers gets a little loose off of 4, but he's still right there. Nick Mergic in 3rd, Sire-Kresge in 4th. Michael Ostick up to the top 5.
Nick Mergic cruises into the number 3 spot. He gets past Sire-Keski. Mergic has been one of those as well that's been that top 5, 6 for the past couple of laps. Again, we're not done. 2 to go. Summers all over the back end of Crouse.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Carson Quapple and Levon Vandergeest for that 6th spot there. They kind of got a little touchy there last lap. But meanwhile, up front, it is Derek Crouse with about car length lead over Gabe Summers, Nick Mergic in 3rd, Sire-Kresge in 4th, and Ostick runs off the top 5.
Nose to tail, they come off for 4. Derek Crouse will take the white flag. Right behind Gabe Summers and Nick Mergic. And here comes Summers. Crouse slid into turn 1, brought it back under control. Summers could not take advantage.
No, he could not. He's going to have one last shot. He dives that car into turn 3. Crouse holds that line. Will he get to his bumper? He gets
they touch
a little bit.
Side by side the line. It's going to be Derek Crouse by a hammer calling to the Gabe Summers. Brought the entire crowd to their feet on a turn 4.
The teenager gives it the college try, but comes up short.
Well, that is going to be it for the program today. More Oktoberfest races coming up over the next couple of weeks to get you ready for the 52nd annual Oktoberfest race weekend. This year, after the Futures, is the Knights. We're going to explain that next week. For Doc and Paul and Jesse behind the green curtain, I'm Dan Diker. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week on 7 Rivers Racing.
You've been watching 7 Rivers Racing on KQEG TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Reichert. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. Thanks for watching 7 Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.
Are you tired of the typical fundraiser? Well, Big Boar Barbecue can offer you an alternative. How about a pork dinner? Pork, beans, and slaw. A complete meal. It's different, it's fast, and it's easy. And you don't pay for what you don't sell, guaranteeing you make a profit. So if your church, school, sports team, or special cause needs a fundraiser, call us today. We've helped all sorts of groups raise thousands of dollars. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
At Big Boar Barbecue.